Okay, we're live. Whoa. Probably be good if we would. I couldn't figure out why I was on live.
Is it on your account or is that on? You met me in the midst of pouring our hair out. See, I don't have any. I came in here. I had come in here at noon, turned the heat up to 69, and put it on hold. So we'll go back. I came in here and it was on 60. Somebody came in and turned it back down. Our camera that we use for lights was dead, but nobody put it back on the charger on Sunday. We had to sign into the account twice so far.
And now you're gone.
And now when somebody put a passcode on the iPad that I was going to use to present. Is it plugged into the HDMI cable? Oh, it's already up there. Now I got to use the iPad and then the slower glasses in January. So I'm going to get it started. Okay. Yourself to some refreshments.
Mommy, can you have this?
It's great. Very sophisticated.
Here's this.
I know.
Is everybody gonna eat? Is everybody gonna eat? We cannot like. What are they gonna eat?
Like she should be here.
She should
Probably
be
in
here.
the parking lot or
She so much should be here. Well, I'm coming in for hugs on all territory. Just in case you're confused and make the wrong turn. Are you?
Seven people.
So now you can come all the way.
This
This is the first time, just right out of Georgia. You know, it's not terrible. It's like 49 miles, you know. It's the first time they let me out loose on my own and to someplace I'm not really familiar with. So, yeah. You know, like, this is so dumb of me, but at night, I never can remember where to park. Because the cars are here, and you come in and you somebody just, you know, cruise around, check your house. No, the
Oh,
responsibilities
on the
I
side of the
carry
drive.
just are exhausting. Nobody has any idea how hard it is
Our
to be
GPS
Laura.
was returned. I've been
Very.
Laura. The drive was.
Everybody else gets a rest from me, but me.
It's just a little.
She drives me stark with that, just saying.
Looks like it's just flat, just grass. Yep.
Yeah, we do something about that.
Preacher.
Pastor Val said.
Oh.
I don't know.
We all know that. So, one, she's got all the.
Laura, did you know Claire Dowling going up through?
Yes,
Little message
yes.
box in that basket over here, so that like little message in there folded, like,
I know.
seriously, I'm married. Hi Teresa.
Doing well.
We're live.
Nothing's happening. I can't even use my phone. We don't know, Jared. None of this is working.
Well, I told his mistake now. We turn the lead.
Very fascinating.
Yeah, for, Anderson, his turn this way. Oh, well,
How is it too early for me to pour myself a cup of coffee?
Anyway, so I met him and his wife, Jonathan Carmen and Ken, yeah. And I was like,
yeah, where's it?
we kind of all live, we know how.
Yeah, worked out. Let's go, we got some meat packets. And then we got time, so.
Where'd you get this at?
Yeah.
I was there Sunday with my friend that lives in Auburndale.
Silvertech.
Auburndale is near Lakeland. She works in Lakeland, Florida. But yeah.
Looks like there's something out of the what? What is this? Where'd you get your copy?
What's that connected to?
I just finished my ninth. I was reading the last 10 days. We went to the jewelry store, they came up with red for us, we all came up with red. I mean, it's shiny. We got family rings, and we're checking them out. What we're about to show there. Oh, you should see it when it came down.
Came and dropped.
Late, but I had them to 5 hours.
Oh, good luck.
And then woke up about 5:30.
Go flat.
Nothing keeps me awake. Nothing. I can drink stuff. Well, last night I had Starbucks.
One time,
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Hey, how are you? Good. I'll come around.
I'm letting
Do you have it, do you have the pink memory of this?
Hey, Dad. We can sit over there.
You
Hey,
get
Dad,
things
hey, sit with
started
us.
for me, right? You'll get things
Don't
started
wait.
for me.
Yeah, that's it, that's how.
Well, I'm checking things out and on the side. So far, it looks pretty good. We get to see all that. Show her your ring, wedding ring also. Let's get our wedding ring first also. Wow.
I just have to get the
Where's the ones in-
No, I just got
Flew in from Florida, earlier today. I went to this jewelry store and stuff, and they signed all the rings up for us. I was like, yeah, it's like a memory ring. Speaking of rings, 2 weeks ago, we got robbed. Did you really? Like, robbed your house? And-
Lots of things.
And then, my
So many
sister,
things, good things taken, I'm so sorry.
oh, my sister,
insurance.
Was it meaningful to her? Because I'll bring it back.
I was gonna ask you how much you got for it.
For the
insurance.
I think I've seen this on TV.
That's might have been on campus to be.
All right.
Down there, that's what-
How do you look? How do you look at the camera?
Yes.
It's on the- you have one on your phone?
But anyway.
So,
Do you have a link to this meeting yet?
Yeah.
Okay, Karen is out. Karen's down asking because she sent me her. Oh, you sent it to her?
That's okay.
it's on your iPhone.
That's what she had.
Oh, that's good.
So I went to the Apple store. So, of course, you might know that. And that's one thing I'm glad.
Pretty much.
Okay, so, let's wait and see if we can get online here real quick, and hopefully the link doesn't change.
Does that not work?
No. I scratched it.
All right.
Is that working? I'm more concerned about the live feed.
Yeah, it says it's working.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Have somebody, see if anybody's there. Just, if you're on the live feed, send a message to see if we're getting it. And if we're not, I can't do anything about that. We did our best. Okay, so here's what's happening tonight. This has been our problem. So I came in here at about noon, turned the heat up, make sure it was on hold, because it automatically reverts down to 56 when nobody's here. And so I had it up to 68, 69, something like that, to make it nice cozy in here. And I came in here with Jared, time to set up, and somebody came and turned it down to 60. So, but we warmed it up really fast. We also came in here and we got the iPad that we use every Sunday from the stage, and somebody had put a security code on it that nobody knows what it is.
Oh, no.
Because it's never been locked.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple problems with that. If you don't know anything about iPhones, if we don't find the security code, it's trash, pretty much. You remember the whole FBI thing, you know, a couple years ago? Apple's not gonna help you. And then, so I got the old one out and brought the Apple TV in here, and the old one is not connecting to the new one. And I was going to get well, it's just the way it's been. So we're gonna do the best we can. And I will show you the pictures on my iPad,
There you go.
Oh,
okay?
He has one of those.
yeah.
You got one?
Well, no. So.
And so, but I think, are you getting anybody's feedback, Jared?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Alright.
type.
Huh? So we're good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we do have some people that's listening from far away. Okay, so it is very nice to see all of you here. We're just going to do this the old-fashioned way without any bells and whistles. So let's go ahead and have a word of prayer, okay? Gracious God, we thank you for all that you have done for us. We thank you, Lord God, for the opportunity to be together and the plan and to envision a mission trip that's a little bit different. And so, Lord, we know that you are involved in all that is happening. And we know, Lord God, when we do things that trying to promote and share the gospel, things like this happen, and it's usually with electronics, and we know that. But Lord, nothing is going to defeat us. We're just here to serve you and to be the kind of people you'd have us to be in a meeting, Lord, that we've been looking forward to. And before we go any further, Lord, we just pray for Jeanette too, Lord's daughter, that you would be with her. You know, we know, Lord, she's having some problems, and your Holy Spirit, just go and minister to her and wrap your arms around her and help her to know, Lord God, that you are God. And it is well. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so, all right. Well, my name's Tom Gobin. If most of you probably already knew that. And so we're going to go around a little bit and introduce Let's start with here, Jared.
I'm Jared. Me and my wife Jarek over there were the pastors here, and yeah.
Hey, say that one more time.
I'm Jared.
Not
Huh?
Not that part.
Oh, my wife and my wife and I were pastors here.
Yes. You know what that means? I'm not. Okay. And we have a nice, lovely couple here that almost came last night.
Yeah, Tom decided that tonight was the night now.
Yeah, I said, hey, tonight we're having a thing. I'm thinking, wait, let's just say tonight. No, it's not.
I'm Julie Murphy, and I have 2 new knees, so I'm looking forward to being able to do a lot of good service.
Wonderful. At the same time?
No,
Oh, good.
5 years apart.
That's okay.
But now we have
And I'm Mark, cancer-free now, 3.5 years, praise the Lord.
I'm Lisa Kennedy.
I'm Tim Kennedy, and I'm curious what you do, get 2 new knees at the same time.
5 years.
Yeah, Tim Kennedy,
He's gonna get
How's it
you.
going, Brad?
I'm good.
Yes,
How
are
are
you?
you?
Good.
After.
You will after this trip.
Once your recovery's done, you'll be really glad.
I'm Mary Griffiths Dash McCullen. I'm from Lucky Church. I'm Lisa's mother. They're happy to be, and her friend.
Your mother-in-law?
And he's the best son-in-law. That's the truth.
Hello? We got coffee over here. Help yourself. Just help yourself whenever you want coffee, if you want to be filled. And go back over here.
I'm Shalinda Wade, representing Anderson Southdale.
Good. And my wife, Darlene.
And I'm Teresa Moser, and the husband.
And
Sharon, and I'm Jen, Lynn Nazarene.
And but you are actually a product of the Lighthouse.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Jerica.
Last but not least.
And we're representing Southside.
And you represent Southside. Jerica actually pastors the Lighthouse, our little church in the middle of town, and Jared, of course, they both pastor kind of together, but Jared's here. Goodness, so we're very happy with him.
Don't, you didn't mention
Yes, and then last but not least.
Laura.
No, they've got me.
B.
Oh, yeah,
We
you
got
got
the Laura.
The only
She
Lord.
has her own line of handbags.
No.
Her initials on it.
That's just so I don't steal yours.
Okay. Well, I want you to know that I had my Ohio State shirt on all day, and I took it off because Darlene said it was dirty.
Praise God, it's dirty when it's
Hey now.
Mr. Bob,
Yes, sir.
you want to introduce yourself?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'll let the wife do
All
it.
right, go ahead, Chris.
I'm Chris at Bob.
Okay.
Real hard, wasn't it? We're from Kendallville.
Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, so, it's not gonna be very long, a little over a month, we're gonna be embarking on our mission cruise, so I'm gonna have to show you the pictures, because this iPad, oh, there it goes, maybe we can do it like that. This is our ship that we're going to be, for the guys, online.
They can't see anything.
You can't see anything?
It's black on their screen. I don't know why.
Okay, probably, okay, it's called the Magic. The Magic really is a very nice ship. We were on the Breeze in October, which is pretty much the same ship, and you will really, really enjoy it. It's one of our favorite ships, actually. And everybody should know by now that the ship will leave January 27th, and we're going to go through some of the things about the ship later on. But whether you're on board or not, it's still going to leave. So the real object for you is to make sure you're at the port and on the ship before it leaves.
Did you hear that, dear?
Yes, I heard that.
And this
Because
isn't
he's gonna
always
leave-
easy.
he's gonna leave
Sometimes it doesn't
without you.
happen quite the way we think it ought to, but that's your objective. So anyway, I always like to say this because I have learned that you would think that in mission cruises, that everything would be so smooth. And let me just tell you, it is not. I think probably it is by far a lot more difficult than any traditional mission trip that I've ever organized. Hands down, no questions asked. But this little thing that I always share to everybody, if you can see the little guy there, it should be on the TV. You see, we're all going to practice looking like this one day. Like this. And basically the caption says this: "Blessed are the flexible, for they shall bend and not break." But I will tell you that true with any mission trip, flexibility is really a key. Because I'll be honest with you, very similar to what we were experiencing this evening, because, you know, technology, nothing technology-wise has gone well. And it's just the way it is. So, you know, you just have to go with it, you know. And there's a lot of things, and I will tell you right now, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, okay? One of them, for example, and let's hope this doesn't happen. Say we are approaching San Juan, Puerto Rico, and there's a bad storm. There's that chance that you may not ever see San Juan, Puerto Rico. You know, I mean, there's that chance. And if something like that happens, it's out of our control. You can't do anything about it. We're still going to have a good time, and we'll just go on and be good. So you understand that that's kind of true with any mission trip. Nothing really ever is exactly the way you think it should have been when you were thinking about it. So we just go with it. God's in charge. He's got a purpose. And sometimes his purpose isn't our purpose. And sometimes his plan isn't necessarily our plan. You know, we've got it all worked out. Well, we got it worked out the way I worked it out. And guess what? I'm not God. So he trumps anything that I might have already planned. And so you just got to be flexible, you know, and enjoy the trip, enjoy your time with each other. Everything will be fine. David Adams, for example, was going to be here, and they're sick. Their whole family's sick. And I really didn't want him to come. Not with that. He's probably listening. And so, because I'm just getting over something, so I don't want something else. And but, you know, I mean, that happens. And but they're going to be singing for us every night. We're going to have services every night. We've got a room already reserved. And so everything is good in that way. So so we're excited. So if nothing else, we're just going to have a great time.
Amen.
And like I said, Adam's voice will be there. Mark's coming along, and we can talk him into singing a song or two.
Amen.
And that'd be great. Jared's actually going to be doing our devotions in the evening along with Jerica, and they kind of work together. And so we're kind of excited about what God has in store in that part of the trip as well. Our itinerary, and I won't show this to you because you can't read it anyway. Sunday, the ship leaves at 4 o'clock Miami time. Why I'm saying this, I'm just going to tell you, anytime that you go on a cruise, there's only one time that matters, and that's ship time. And the ship time will always be Miami time. So it doesn't matter what time it is in San Juan. It doesn't matter what time it is in St. Thomas. The ship's going to leave on Miami time, no other time. So when you get there, be very careful. If you do activate your phone, which you can in San Juan and St. Thomas, most plans include, because they are part of the United States, most plans will include Puerto Rico and St. Thomas. Be very careful though, because it will change the time on your phone.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you know what time it is, okay?
Now, are they on our time now, or do you have any idea?
I did, but I don't remember. I know that, and I can tell you if I can see my phone. But my phone has been used because whoever was supposed to charge our live feed phone didn't on Sunday night, and so when we came in here, it's dead, so,
Is it a half an hour difference?
no. It would be, you can look on your, phone, on your, Jared will tell us in a
Hey
second.
Siri,
I'm serious.
what time is it in Miami, Florida right now?
Oh, well, no, it's the same time here.
No, Miami, it's, we wanna know Puerto Rico.
Puerto
Oh.
Rico.
Hey Siri, what time is it in San Juan, Puerto Rico right now?
In San Juan, Puerto Rico, it's 8:23 p.m.
See?
We're ahead.
1
So
hour.
that's 1 hour.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Okay, so the second day is Monday that we're gonna be on the ship. It's gonna be a day at sea. The day at sea is a day that we'll probably have some meetings and some things going on, getting ready for Bible school, getting ready for our first, day. But you're gonna have some free time to enjoy yourself. The water slides on this ship is some of the best ever, so you're gonna have to at least go down the water slide once. And you're welcome to do things like that. Tuesday will be in the Dominican Republic. I'm gonna go through each one of these ports a little bit more in depth in just a second. Wednesday will be in St. Thomas, and that will be in the Virgin Islands and United States Virgin Islands. Thursday, San Juan, Puerto Rico, which is in the United States as well. Friday, Grand Turk, which is an off day. You can go and enjoy Grand Turk. They have a very nice beach in Grand Turk, some shopping. So it's not a very large island, but it's really quaint, very nice. And then Saturday, a fun day at sea, and Sunday back at Miami. Okay? Okay, so the first stop is the Dominican Republic. We'll be working with Del Rector. And some of you might remember Del from Mexico. Very, very great guy. I talked to him on the phone a couple days ago. Anyway, we'll be renovating. We're going to do two things. And here is a little bit of a mission. Can they still hear us?
They can hear.
Okay. So here is a little mission thing that we're going to try to do. We're going to be working, one of the things we're going to be working in, I'm going to show you the church here in a moment. But we're going to be working in this public school. This public school sits right next to the church. And up until now, they have not had a whole lot of collaboration between the two.
Tom,
And
in case it loads later.
okay. And then so, we went to visit that. We were there in October. We went to visit the school because we needed a place to have Bible school. The school was remarkably open to helping the church do anything that we could do. So they're opening the whole school. We can have Bible school in the school for all their kids. Darlene is going to do a workshop for the teachers. They were just, and you realize what a tremendous connection that is to the church there, to have that connection with the school. That will make all the difference in the world. And so to be able to set that up is really exciting to me. Now, going back to let's stay at the school just for a second. Whenever we do these things, we always try to find something the school needs. And there are two things the school needs. Fact is, they actually were very, what do you want to say? They were very reluctant to even say, because we said, what is it you guys would want? We was talking to the principal, and she says, oh no, we don't need anything. We're fine. We're fine, And I says, well, do you have a projector? Oh, no, we don't have a projector. Would you like one? Her eyes lit up, like, really? You would do that? And so, but anyway, we would like to supply them with at least one projector and some iPads. Okay, that's our goal. Now, I only say that to you is that I'm hoping that we can get some of you to go back to your church and say, hey, could our church donate an iPad? Doesn't need to be a new iPad. It cannot be like the one I've got in my hand right now because this thing is ancient. We want to try to get something that what was yours, Jared? We got the kids. An iPad.
Air.
Air. I think it was an Air 2 maybe. If you can remember that. Something that's not gonna be totally outdated, obviously, but it doesn't have to be brand new either. They would be so happy. We gave $150 a piece for those two kids. And the one that somebody locked us out of that we have no idea what the passcode is, it was the same thing. So, but you just need to let me know if you're interested, and those of you who are listening online, if you're interested in maybe trying to come up with a way that we can get this school a projector or two and maybe some iPads.
Are you talking overhead projector?
Yes,
Like
we
the
would
ones
like
you can
to-
ride on and it comes up on the,
Correct.
Okay.
And we would like to, if you're willing to do that, make sure you let me know. I told you the kind of backpack you need. Make sure you get this size, make sure you get an Air 2 or above. And then let me know though if you're interested in the projector, because I need to make sure that we get what they can use. Okay. Yeah. Does that sound like fun? Yeah, it sounds like fun to me. Yes?
You're talking about the projector that you use in your church.
Yes, right.
There's a projector.
Yeah.
For some reason, I got this.
Not the reel to reel, if you remember.
Yeah, I do. Did they call it projector?
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, you can do, you don't have to do it, you can.
They're not that expensive.
No, they're not.
We
we
can
can,
get a really
we
good
can-
one for $600.
yeah, $600 or cheaper, you can, real good ones for 600. Probably, we've got really, really nice ones for even $350.
Mhm.
Epson makes a very nice. Okay, so anyway, that is our chore there. And, so let me know, okay, if you're interested. And let me know if you guys are interested, on our online. Very nice way that will make an impact upon for that church in this community for years, probably, years. And if you remember, if you were in Belize, we took in like 10 projectors and we smuggled them in, actually. Because the year before, we tried doing it the right way, it didn't go very well. Hey, race.
No, it's too late.
They speak Spanish there.
Can't take it back. Already said
Now
it.
we can see Spanish.
Yes,
Yeah.
were we going to take in backpacks for the supplies?
Yes, and it'd be nice if everybody could put a backpack together with school supplies. Yeah, that was the other thing. Thanks, Darlene, for reminding me of that.
So who's doing the Bible school? Who's in charge of it?
We're having the Brazilians, teenagers coming, and they will be in charge of the Bible school. That does not mean that you guys cannot work in Bible school. You don't have to pick and choose what you want to do, actually. But my Lee will be in charge of the Bible school, and she'll be here with us and on the cruise with us, and there'll be 9 of them. And my Lee speaks very fluent Spanish, and most of the Brazilians can function. They can sing the songs in Spanish and so on and so forth, and some function in Spanish. And most of the time, you have 1 or 2 of them that can speak pretty, Spanish very well too. So that's a part of their mission, a part of their adventure while they're here in January. So,
Watch the snow.
yes.
Last time it was the snow that kept them.
Oh man, the snow. I mean, we had to fly them into.
yeah,
They got there before we
I
did.
remember that.
Yeah, they got there before me.
Yeah. Remember,
We had an executive meeting that morning over breakfast, didn't we? And I was the only one that had money enough on the credit card to get early.
hey, we got it. That's all it made.
Yes. What?
We got him. That was all it made.
Do we have a list of what school supplies would be most helpful?
Darlene, it was just general, wasn't it, pretty much?
Yeah.
Just paper, pencils, erasers.
Same thing we
kind of
use for
stuff
school
you use there.
packs?
Don't get too,
What?
Same
I
thing
wouldn't
we
get
use
too
for school
particular,
packs.
crayons,
Okay.
just general school
We
supplies.
got extra stuff there to church.
The principal was very
They
open.
crammed it, don't you?
The
She'll take
principal
anything.
said, we
Anything.
didn't want
He
Jesus
said
taught in our
anything.
schools.
I'm sure they'll take it.
This is the people in the school, and the lady there is the principal of the school. And it is a public school, by the way, it's not a private school. And I know Brett Dell's not in the picture, but I know some of these, people because I was in the Dominican Republic kind of working with this trip and worked with some of them.
What's the name of the community we'll be in?
Oh, Darlene, what's the name of that? You got some name that's
Okay,
being,
that's okay.
I'd have to look at the map.
I was there on mission.
Do you remember?
Community Brothers Bob.
We're gonna be,
The community's name is Bob.
you know, when we, with the Amber Cove is where we're landing, and the community itself is like 10 minutes from Amber Cove. So, I mean, it's a nice community. And I don't think it says anything.
Does it say on the picture of the church what the name?
I was looking at that. Santidad, yes.
No, that's holiness, isn't it?
What about
Santidad's
crayons
holiness.
and things like
So
that?
that's not it.
You have
To the Lord.
crayons
Yeah,
for the
I
kids, they have trouble with them melting?
This
We'll
will
check
have
the
that.
school.
I'm just gonna do what they put in the school pack, Bob, and they don't put crayons in the school
So,
pack.
oh, it's San Marcos.
Because it said yes.
San Marcos, that's what it is. San Marcos. Here's the picture of the church. Now, going back to the church, we'll be doing some construction at the church.
Good.
The church primarily needs painting and a floor. We sent them enough to do most of their floor. And they're supposed to get back with me and let us know how much more they need to finish the floor, because I think we have some mission funds still in Kansas City that can help them to do that. And then that we'll be also painting and things, so, that they haven't got back to me yet. And this is the inside of the church. It's not gonna hurt anything, so.
There's almost a computer on the floor.
Is it cement floor?
Very plain,
Very plain, yeah.
yes.
All right. Any questions on Dominican Republic? That'll be first, that'll be the only time that you're really outside being on the ship, you'll be out of the country. The second is St. Thomas. St. Thomas is going to be a little bit different, simply because there is not a Nazarene church in St. Thomas. And we'll be working with the Salvation Army. And the problem with St. Thomas, as well as with Puerto Rico, is they still have tremendous hurricane damage everywhere. It's really bad. And the Salvation Army Church itself is in dire need of help. Probably more help than we're going to be able to give it. But all right, their idea is hopefully they can demolish the church and rebuild. Of course, that'll be up to the Salvation Army to do. What we're going to try to do is make it more functional, because right now it's a mess. And so we'll be doing some construction there. What they would like to, they have a soup kitchen, and so some of us will be working in the soup kitchen. They would like for Adam's Voice to be in concert in the afternoon there. Bible school, kids, you know, anything of that nature that we can do. Now, when we get on board, I will share with you a little bit more in depth about transportation. Transportation here will be a little bit different. It costs $4 to get to the Salvation Army and $4 to get back. There really isn't any buses or anything that we can do except just get off. They have trolleys. It's not very far to take you up there and to bring you back. And so Darlene and I, Darlene had the idea to walk. No, what was that mean?
That's not very far, there's the ship.
Well, the ship is right there.
It looks It's pretty.
So
Well, it's downtown, isn't it?
it's right down.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I walked there.
Yeah, question.
Yeah, right. It's not too far. But it is when you're.
What will we wear to these sites?
Okay, we're gonna get into that for just a second.
Okay.
Tell me where you get that.
Dress code suits.
No, we get that in just a second. I got that coming up. And then the mission in San Juan. Here is our good friend. I can never say her name.
Bob.
Bob.
Not Bob.
I had to say, wait a minute, I'm sitting right here.
Okay, so she can't say it.
Say what you think.
Just say it. Well, I call her Maria, but I know it's not Maria. It's Maria.
Sound like a music.
We know her fairly well, we, I still can't pronounce her name.
Say her name.
But this is us here. She actually passed the Calvary Church of the Nazarene in San Juan, which is not too far from the cruise port actually, where we'll be landing in Old Town. And there will be a bus thing going on there to transport us to where we're going to go. They're still arranging things. There's a lot of hurricane damage there. What they're trying to work out is for us to get into a couple of people's homes that have been devastated by the hurricane and try to help them to get things back up and running. So that's the idea that she told us. Is there anything else she said there? They're doing Bible school and things like that too.
Just to show you how bad it was, she said there were still people without electricity, and she was without, well, the hurricane was in August, wasn't it, or September?
August.
August, she didn't get her electricity till January,
January.
so it was just so bad,
It
but
was bad.
she said all the neighbors just need simple things like yard work, things picked up, elderly people, they just can't get out there and do that.
So,
They needed generators or
I don't know. I'm sure, it'd be like trying to find one, that would be. Of course, now most people have power. There's still just a few isolated areas where they don't. But, yeah, and when you get off the ship, and if you've been to Old Town before, and we immediately noticed the storm damage. There was no question. Okay, any questions on our ports of call? One of the things that's going to be really important, and we're going to stress it many times over, is that when it's time to get off the ship, you need to get off the ship immediately. Because we don't have much time, and we can't really wait on you.
Amen.
Okay? So get off the ship. We will normally congregate there and leave together. We'll give you a time that you have to be there because we're leaving whether you're there or not. And we'll walk, it's a pier, you'll walk down the pier, and then we'll get our rides to the sites that we're supposed to be. So, you gotta make sure that you get off the ship as soon as possible, okay? There's no tendering. Tendering means that there's no dock, so you have to take a boat in the shore. We don't do that at all, as far as I know, in this trip. So anyway, we'll all be walking. There will be quite a bit of walking. Okay, so if there's problems with people walking, we can help you. You just need to let us know. Okay. The ship will leave at 4 o'clock. We already said that. You would need to be at port. I recommend no later than 2 o'clock. Make sure you're at port. And I said Port Canaveral here, but Miami. Port Miami. Make sure you're at the port, but no later than 2 o'clock. When you sign on, has everybody been able to sign into their account? You guys had some problems because of typo, and other people had a little bit of problems, but make sure you sign in. Check your birth dates and check your names. And Mary, he said that the cruise line is the one that would not put that other name in. So we can't do it. You'll be fine. So, good luck.
They might leave me.
They won't leave you.
Don't worry, we've smuggled
Yes.
before.
Yes.
So that means we take her over there and just leave her?
No, well, you gotta get over this. We had, what was the pianist, Dodson? What was what was her name? The Dodson family that was there. Remember her? Esther. So we were in Honduras, and Esther comes up to me, and you gotta realize what we've just done in Honduras to figure this out. She says, Pastor, she says, I know you said we cannot go away from our area here but she says, I really would like to have a drink and I have to go across the street to get it. I'm a rule follower, so if you say no, that's fine. She says, but if at all possible, can I go over there and get a drink? And I said, Esther, I said, I just smuggled like 50 backpacks in yours, and you're asking me, you know. The one person who obviously is not a real rule follower. Okay, so. She is. See, and then make sure you check your baggage. Kind of give you the rundown here. If you're going to stay in a, yes, ma'am.
About Grand Turk,
Oh, Grand Turk is
it's
just
a free.
Enjoy.
is a free day.
Mhm.
Yes, free day.
Pick some up if you want to.
Yeah.
I've never looked it up. What?
And you pull out,
They
when you
said-
pull out for the beach, right?
Big
Yeah.
As soon as you get off, have you guys been there?
Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's kind of.
This is our first time.
Yes,
It's
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 It's nice.
There's a few things you can do.
We've never been there.
And you know,
Never been to Grand
those-
Now that it's there, never been there. I've heard about
I never
it.
had one, hasn't had Grand Turk, but
Okay, so I will tell you that you cannot take rocks from the, I don't know,
You smuggled what?
well, I tried, but I got caught.
Oh.
Okay, so what's going on? Okay, okay, when you get there, it's your responsibility to get to the port, okay? So, we're flying in ahead of time, staying all night in Miami. If you're driving or whatever, you're gonna have to get yourself to the port. When you sign in, they'll ask you what time you'll be arriving, because that will be your time that you need to be there. And you'll go through security, they'll check all your documents, so on and so forth. It's not a very difficult thing to do. Carnival's very helpful, and they'll help you do that. But it's really nice that you can check your bags there. You don't have to carry your bags with you. The porters there will be happy to take them. And I always make sure that I have, if you print out your stuff, you'll have a baggage tag. You can print 2 or 3 of those off, make sure you take them on real good. And then you don't have to worry about your bags until you get up to the room. Okay, so that's kind of what you do when you get there. And then when we get on board, our eating arrangements is early dining. Usually they'll try to set the group all together. We don't know about
If we're
the Murphys over here, because we could not pull them into our group because of travel agent conflict. But I think they got early dining, so we're hoping to get them close to us.
That's what we asked.
That's what we're hoping for. And so the food is tremendous. Now, I will say this, that when we leave the ship in the morning, you won't have anything but snacks until you get back. So even if you're not going to starve to death in like 6 or 7 hours. So
Eat a big one.
okay, eat a big breakfast. You're going to be really food when you get back. You are not allowed to take any kind of fruit or food of that nature off the ship. Not even an apple, not a banana, nothing. If there would be like a bag of chips that you could find someplace, I mean, as long as it's in a bag and it's chips, they're not going to say anything about that, or a candy bar. But you can't take anything else. The people there, when we get to our different areas, they will make sure that we have snacks and things like that, plenty of water. So
Don't
just,
drink the water.
no, don't drink any water when you get off. You just don't, or ice or anything. It's just not a good idea. In Puerto Rico, it's a little bit different because it's part of the United States. But the problem is when you do this, I usually always stay with bottled water, because different areas of the world, even though the water is good, they have different types of bacteria in it. And your body is not accustomed to that, and it can give you diarrhea. Okay, so it's just better off not, okay, doing the water thing, because you got bottled water, and they're going to give you bottled water anyway. So just kind of not do that, because it's not worth it. It's not that it's bad water, but you can do the same thing even having it in the United States, the different areas of our own country. Your body's not used to it. It's going to say, I don't like that water, or I don't like what you just ate.
We can take water off of the ship in our water bottle.
Yes, they would say that. Yeah. Okay. eating arrangements, so we got that. You can eat 24 hours a day on the cruise boat. You can eat as much as you want. Laundry, there will be laundry facilities. I'm pretty sure you can just use your little sign and sell card to pay for it. You know, you don't want to like do laundry every day, but if you have a load to do, it's really very inexpensive. It's not that bad. So, you know, if you need to do some laundry, go ahead and do it. Seasick, if you're prone to getting seasick, see your doctor, let him get you a patch, you know, because they're so easy, and you don't take a chance of being miserable, okay? And dress, okay, here's the dress thing. When we're out on our places of service, you just dress casual. You can dress modestly casual. So, you know, you can wear shorts, you know, just make sure they're not short shorts. And, you know, just wear something that's going to be very modest and appropriate. You'll be fine. And remember, you're going to be working a little bit, so you might get a little dirty and sweaty. Well, some of you might.
Very, very little dirty. Very.
Probably not sandals where they work.
No, probably sandals. And sandals, you know, sandals isn't very good anyway, because you're going to be doing a lot of walking. So I would really not recommend sandals.
Something supportive.
Yeah, something more supportive would be much better. Pardon me? Yes, and he had a meeting tonight, so he's probably listening. Is he?
Yes, any dress expectations for the services at night?
Just casual.
Dress.
Wear clothes.
Okay, so, normally it's like this. We go to the formal dining, we have reservations every night, 6 o'clock, at a dining hall. And normally you just wear a pair of slacks and a polo shirt or, you know, something like that. You don't have to dress up. You know, just something like you would wear casual. And I very seldom wear shorts. The first night on the boat, you can wear about anything you want because they're very lenient because you're just getting on board. But normally, if you just wear that kind of attire to the church service, you don't have to dress up. You don't. I mean, jeans are fine if you really want to wear jeans. I don't really care. Just so you're there at the church service. So that kind of gives you an idea. And then they will have 2 formal nights on the ship. And usually it'll be the 2 days at sea. And so the first one will be the second day. And so you don't have to dress up, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to. So some people wear women wear dress, guys wear ties. Some people wear dress. You know,
I wanted to wear my dress.
Huh?
I wanted to wear my dress.
You can. Yes. But I will tell you this, that what we have found, and we did this with our family, if you would like to have a family picture done, if you haven't got a husband and wife like you two, they have some of the best deals on pictures. Yeah, they really do, because
I'm gonna wear that.
it doesn't, you don't pay for the setting, you can have your picture taken 100 times, they could care less, and you will probably by the time you get done. But if you're interested in a family picture, that would be an excellent time to do it. So, and dress casual, got the dress. Anything on dress?
What's the weather, is it really hot there in January and February, or is it mild?
Well, I will tell you that the weather will probably be in the high 70s, maybe 80s, which doesn't seem hot, but when you're coming out of cold weather, it's going to seem hot to you. So, you know, it'll seem kind of warm, but it's not, unless you're just having unusual weather, it's not going to be unbearable, that time of year.
Perfectly wonderful.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, 80's fine. But don't, you know, now I will tell you that it's probably going to be cool on the ship at night. So make sure you pack something like a sweater or something like that, because if you want to walk on deck or something, you're going to be cold if you don't.
And the dining room is cold.
And dining room is probably cold too, yeah. Chilly.
Unless you're in the hot place.
Make sure you register with Carnival. I'm going to say this again in case anybody didn't hear me. I need to make sure that you've registered with Carnival, filled out all your papers, all your paperwork. And, we're gonna be checking to make sure, because you'd be surprised that like the last few cruises, I get on maybe a couple, 2 or 3 days before, and there's some people hadn't even signed in yet, and I'm thinking, sign in and make sure your names are right and your birthdays. And make sure you fill out your information, because it's very important that you do that. Okay, going on, things you will need. This is very important. Only you are responsible for this. You need to have some type of identification. So, if you have a passport, that's great, or a passport card. It gets you anywhere you want to go, no problem. If you don't have a passport and you're going to use your birth certificate, you're going to have your birth certificate along with a picture ID, okay? Now, never have I ever had any problems, but women who only have their birth certificate and you travel with that, it's always a good idea to bring a copy of your marriage license. Because even though 90% of the time, or probably even 99% of the time, they're not going to ask for it, they legally can ask for it. Yes, they legally can ask for that. So just make sure that you just have a, like if your name is different than your birth certificate, they might ask for it. Now, I've never known them to, but I'm just telling you, legally they can ask for it.
You don't need that if you have a passport, right?
No, if you have a passport, you don't need anything except a passport. And my guess is that this is not Tom saying this is absolutely for sure. My guess is if you have a secure ID from Indiana now, you probably don't have to worry about it. Because the Indiana now has a secure ID.
I got my star.
We got ours. When the ship will require for you to have some type of an established account on board, okay? You cannot use money except in the casino, and if you want to know how to do that, just ask Darlene. She can give you all about it. And
The casino?
We're supposed to stay with you.
Oh, just don't worry about it.
Oh.
And she paid the church debt off?
The last time, do you remember that my daughter spoke up at the end and she said, Mom won a lot of money or something at the casino? And then afterwards, one of the ladies, I think it was one of the ladies from your church, went up to her and said, so how much money she win? Somebody actually believed that.
yeah, right.
She lost it. She lost it all. She won, she wouldn't have told you.
Anyway, you need an account. You cannot use cash. Only you have a sign and sell card, and all your onboard purchases will be with that. So you can secure that with a credit card or a cash account. It's up to you. And so, also, if you have not prepaid your gratuities, they'll take it off your account there too.
And you can go down there and say, I don't want you to do that.
Yes, you can also go down there with the gratuities. Yeah, you can change that. You can go down to the service desk and say, hey, I don't want to pay that much. It's 90 some bucks.
Oh, yeah, it is.
A piece, yeah.
A piece?
Piece. Yeah, don't pass out.
90 a piece.
Yeah, 96, isn't it?
Gee, Mark, we're gonna have to go get another
No.
job.
You mean 90 for the whole week?
Yes.
90 per person.
Yes. Yeah, per person, per week, 96
What'd you think? Per day?
per day?
I don't know, per person.
Per person, yeah.
No, I don't know what,
But like,
You just heard money and panicked.
but like you said, you can go down there to the service desk and say, hey, I don't want to pay that much for gratuity.
The guy was,
We will do that with some of our people, especially the Brazilians, yeah.
they weren't that good.
Yeah. Bottled water and soft drinks. Carnival has really cracked down on that. You can take a limited amount of soda on board, but they do have some restrictions. And I would just say get online and just Google it. Carnival's beverage policy, whatever, to bring on board. No tools, no knives, no anything like that. No
irons.
screwdrivers,
No iron,
no irons. They have irons there.
no.
If you
No
want
ground.
hair iron, you have to smuggle it in.
What?
Yeah,
Not saying
they allow flat irons.
No steam.
No, you know, no, they have ironing boards and stuff there, so.
Yeah.
You bring a can. Oh, you can?
I will tell you that if you bring any kind of tool, they will confiscate it and give it back to you later, because they don't want you dismantling their shit. That's the whole
Don't
thing.
bring these shoes in your carry-on. I got
Yes,
Can the tips be paid on the carnival site or only to the district?
they can only be paid through the district. The question was asked, it was a good point to make. Can you go on your site and sign in Carnival to your cruise and pay the prepaid gratuities? The answer is no. Simply because it was booked through a travel agent. And once you book through a travel agent, everything has to go through the travel agent. So when you pay your gratuities, and some of you did prepay them, we're only an in-between person between you and the travel agent. So when you make them out to NEI and MI, we just forward the money to the travel agent, and that's how we do it. So yeah, everything has to go through the travel agent at that point. So, any other questions?
But if you don't do it, it will go on the boat.
It will, but if you don't do it, when you get on the boat, it's automatically, unless you go and tell them not to, it automatically be deducted. So you don't have to, and the price doesn't go up or down whether you do or not. Yeah. And while I'm on that, they do have soft drink packages. They have other packages that I would advise you to stay away from. But the soft drink is fine if you really like Cokes and that kind of thing. You can buy a package and you can have all the Cokes and stuff you want. So. And we talked how to dress up night. I would advise you to bring some gloves with you so you have them in your work. And the clothing we talked about, you know, when you got to remember that you might be doing some work and you're going to be sweaty and stuff. So, you know, make sure you take clothes for that. You know, you don't want to wear your good clothes, and then when you get back to the ship, you can.
Are we gonna have matching shirts like we did on the last trip?
We're going to talk about that in just a second. Let me go over the last 2 points here. Spending money. Everybody asks me, how much money should I bring in spending money? Well, however much money you want to spend. You know, you're going to have different ports. You're going to have plenty of time to shop. Will be a lot of things to do on the boat even. So, you know, just kind of make a budget. So once you reach the budget, you know, I mean, that's kind of the best way of doing it. Just kind of make out your own budget there. And always bring emergency money. Emergency money. We already talked a little bit about St. Thomas, but emergency money is very important because I always tell people to have some in your pocket that's just emergency money, maybe $50 or something like that. Because if you get someplace and say you get sick and you're not feeling well and you want to go back to the boat and you want to go back to the boat like now, well, just get a taxi, you know? I mean, it's not that much, and you need a little bit of emergency funds there, or just say something happens and you get separated from the group, which, you know, I mean, nothing's impossible. Well, if you do, get a taxi and go back to the ship. And I don't care if you speak Spanish or not, all you gotta do is say Carnival Magic, and they're gonna know where to take you. So just make sure you have emergency money. You don't
Your
want
room
to.
has a safe, so you
Yeah.
can keep your extra money in there.
It does. The rooms have a shit safe, yeah. And keep your stuff in your safe and locked up. Okay, and what was the question that I said I was gonna get to in a second? Was there one? Did somebody ask you questions a second ago?
Matching shirts.
Oh, matching shirts, it was
Oh, yeah.
one. And, yes, okay, so here's the deal. I talked to David Adams a little while ago. David Adams is in charge of getting some shirts together. The deal is that I am gonna be pushed having enough funds to buy enough shirts for everybody. It's just probably not gonna happen this year, because, to be honest with you, we spent a lot trying to get our teams on board. And we're trying to help too with our transportation and things like that. And he said the shirts would be about $6 a piece. And I know that would probably be nice if we had at least 2. So, and we can go ahead and get them. And,
We've got our old shirts too.
huh?
We've got our old shirts from,
We do have, but not everybody's gonna have those.
that's true.
So, and I said I would kind of take a little poll. Is it, you guys okay with spending, you know, just a little bit on a shirt, you know? I mean, I think it's nice having the same. You'd be surprised on board how much attention that brings.
Mhm.
Yes.
Really good.
And they're about $6, he said it'd be between $6, $7. Do we need 2 or 3? If you do 2, you're gonna have to do a laundry. If you do 3, it's gonna be about $20 for enough shirts to last you for the whole trip. What's your idea? Because I don't care.
That's cheap.
That's cheap.
For me,
I mean, that way you don't have to worry about washing and stuff, so. If you absolutely cannot afford it, don't worry about it. Yeah, that's anybody there. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. We got you covered.
I'm a little bit worried the phone battery's gonna die, just so you know.
Wow.
Get it all out.
How much money you got?
How much I got?
How much money you got?
Yeah, it came up 20% like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, it's good. It's an iPhone.
What you want?
Okay, so,
What about sizes?
things you'll be doing on board.
What about sizes?
Sizes, I got your sizes if you have
Okay.
registered. I'll check it if I don't have them, I'll email you. Okay, because when you registered online, you haven't given your size. But maybe you didn't.
But
so
we
you just
were
need your size.
We're on a different change.
Difference, so.
Has it changed?
It was changed for that.
The change, let me know.
We're good.
Huh?
Did I register?
I don't know, I don't think you did.
Because we're different.
Yeah, just email me or something. If I don't, I know everybody, and if I don't have your.
She tries out.
Okay, what are you gonna be doing on board? Well, the first thing you're gonna be doing is eating. You're gonna be eating a lot. The second thing you're gonna be doing is eating. You're gonna be eating more, and then you're gonna be eating, and then eating some more.
Then you'll go to bed.
Then you go to bed, get up, you start all over again, and you can eat some more. We're gonna be attending good services. I am so excited about our services, because they're so good all the time. One of the things we're going to need, because we're not sure, the ship does not have to allow us to keep our sound system and equipment there on site of where we're meeting. And a lot of times they don't. And so if that's the case, we're just gonna need some people to help break down and carry the stuff
Sure,
where it
sure.
needs to go. And hopefully we can find a room. Yeah, that's what the Brazilian teams are there for. Any teams are there for. So anyway, just kind of keep that in mind that we're not sure yet, and we won't know a lot of things till we get there, we get on board. But we will have entertainment, no adult entertainment. We would really advise you, since this is Mission Cruise, casinos and stuff. And how many of you remember Howard and Joyce? Howard and Joyce. Remember Howard and Joyce?
Are they coming?
No. But
You really built us up there.
Howard and Joyce and my lead, that first night, if you remember, everybody was so tired. Now, this is before the teens were with us. We were wiped out. It was like, and it was 11 o'clock, and Darlene and I, we said, let's just go out one little walk. And so we went, we were on a higher.
Now, Howard and Joyce were with the team.
Howard and Joyce and my lead, the first cruise, did not have any teens. So we were cooked. And everybody was cooked. And so we went out over, what do you call that, where you can look down over and see?
Balcony.
Well, it's not a balcony. Middle, yeah.
Yeah, the middle part.
Yeah, and we looked out over there, and they were just dancing up a storm down there. And so Darlene and I were watching them dance on the dance floor, and we looked and we said, Darlene, I think that's Howie. And there was Joyce and Mylene. They just acted, and you know what? They're Brazilians. They got so much energy, it is unbelievable. So, I don't know.
And they're a little bit younger than we are.
Yes. I don't know. Dancing. So anyway, swimming and recreation, beach towels will be provided. You know, that, I mean, you don't have to bring any towels, wash bags, well, maybe wash, you know, they provide those. They provide everything, and they just, I mean, any questions, soap, yeah, everything.
Plus,
Dispensers, they got.
Yes.
God bless you.
Now, the last thing, I have fire.
You gonna say the rest of it? I need all the blessings I can get.
No, no, but you do.
really before?
There's something there.
There's a stack of papers.
Oh, yeah, medical forms.
Medical forms. Where are they?
Okay.
There they are.
I've got my 3,
Okay, here, we
mine
have
and
that
Lisa
one.
and Jim's.
This is the one that is important.
Mine's important.
Okay.
Theirs isn't.
These are filled out.
Okay, that's okay, I'm just gonna hold it up, because I had some.
I saw them at home.
No, I made copies of them, I brought them with us. The way the nights have been going, I don't know.
It's online, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I can do that.
Leave
I'll
me
send
in
you
the
a
office.
link.
Okay.
I'll send you a link where you can get these. Now, this is really the only thing that we're really interested in, and it is a medical release form. And so, Jared will find it, we got it here somewhere. And we need you to fill this out and bring it back when you come to the cruise, give it to us. Especially if you are by yourself. You need to have something, if you get sick, you wanna have somebody that's gonna be able to make some medical decisions for you, okay? And so this is very important, it has to be notarized. So, it says on here, I hereby give Tom Govan, Lisa, I mean, are you crazy? You let me do that for you?
It says team leader.
Okay,
Don't
team
have a
leader.
choice.
Okay, let me give you some advice.
Don't put Tom Govan.
Now, do not put Darlene Govan on here, I'm just telling you. Yeah, Darlene will tell you that she does not do medical stuff at all. If you are bleeding, she is gonna pass out, so.
Good to know.
We don't need her.
Do not put Darlene on there. When we were living in North Carolina, John fell off our porch. Well, John fell lots of times and he was always in the hospital, but he ran a nail up his nose. And had 6 or 8 stitches up there. She came over there, she was all frantic, and I went out to see her. I said, honey, why don't you go back and see him? She says, no, that's okay. I'll read out here.
Do you have anybody in medical,
Huh?
do you have anybody in the medical field that's going besides
Well,
myself?
I do, and,
I'm good, we're going, I am,
yeah, you got it. What are you?
I am.
She can do it. She's
And
a.
she's a nurse.
Yeah, she's a nurse.
Oh, wait, I'm
So-
saying the name of her.
We're pretty much covered then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring a Band-Aid.
She's singing off.
Just be careful, you know,
Yeah, be careful.
lots of nails and stuff, and don't, it's more of a relaxed, working witness trip, so don't kill yourself.
How about paintbrush?
Yeah, we're regular, we got one coming up in, next year that if you're interested in, it might be a little bit different, so if you're interested in going, we might be going to Africa, so that's pretty exciting.
Africa.
David said that he has a smaller sound system this time.
He has a what?
A smaller sound system this time.
Oh, does he really? That's really good.
That'd be awesome.
Ask him if he's gonna bring his 500-pound piano.
Well, you just asked him, so wait until he.
The sound system was not the problem.
500-pound piano.
I've got a mic piano.
He probably, I'm sure, I think he's got some new
I've
equipment.
got a keyboard that's, you know, it needs
It's only 85 pounds.
85 pounds. My rolling steady.
Anybody else have any questions or
David rolling.
any concerns or anything?
Um,
And I want you guys to know that we're only the go-between. A lot of the problems that we have, or Sally is listening, there was some problem with her login because they had her name totally wrong. And so we fixed that, so we're just the go-between. I don't have anything to do with any of that. So we're just trying to help you to get things so it's right. So I'm sorry if sometimes I said, I don't know, I gotta check on it because that's simply the way it was. I didn't know and I gotta check on it. Yeah.
You said the medical form?
Yep.
When do you want us to pay for insurance?
Let's wait. If everybody is okay with that, we'll just wait and bring it with you when you get to Miami. Okay.
In the past, Steve and I, we brought a lot of book bags and things like that for the people who were flying. We're totally willing to do that again, of course, but if we could get them into one central location for us to pick up somewhere like the district office or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, for to pack the bags for
The backpacks.
backpacks
Yeah.
for the kids.
Yeah, we were taking a lot of that in the car.
Yeah.
For those who will fly.
Yeah, if those who are flying and stuff, they will take a lot of those with them.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I was just thinking.
I was really worried about that.
And we have a bus going too, actually.
We do.
Yeah, Sharon will be riding, you're gonna still ride the bus?
Yes.
The Brazilian teams will be taking a bus, it's a 32 passenger bus that they'll have some room on it.
The
The
Brazilian.
Brazilians.
They're coming all the way
You said the
from-
medical forms are online.
The medical forms are online, I'll send you a link. I'll
Okay.
send you a link.
It's just that big, wide.
They'll be here.
Yeah.
They'll be here before we go.
What we got? Get
So there's a chance they could get
Medical
In a
release
snowstorm.
form.
Yes, there is. That would be up to the west.
So, yeah, I can, send me a link, I can
Now we
print
won't
it
be
out.
ready
Learn their
till the
lesson.
last minute.
They learned their lesson. And bring a lot of toilet paper.
Lots of toilet paper.
That was a forever story though.
For what? What we bring toilet paper for?
They,
They might need to pack the seat most of the time.
yes, that is the water.
14 hours.
14 hours in the van.
Emergency bus, emergency
Anybody have any questions?
There's no toilet paper on the ship, right? We bring our own.
She's confused.
So.
You'll love the toilets.
The backpack stuff,
They'll suck
who do we
in.
need to give it to if we're flying? Who do we need to give the backpack stuff to?
Well, if you just, I'll give it to her, everyone needs
Bring it to you.
Yeah. Sharon, to be honest with you, Sharon might be one of my guys, because she's right the bus.
Okay.
And then probably up more toward, Steve and Laura's area, you can give them to Steve and Laura.
Count on it.
When we do
Are
that.
you for,
Yeah, we can do
You know what?
We're at the wrong end of the state. We're at the wrong end of the state.
If you have the check for your gratuities and your insurance, make sure I have that.
Say that again.
I need checks for if you've already prepaid your gratuities and you got special insurance and I need your checks.
That's, well, we don't have to.
With my credit card is coming due.
Here, Tom.
So we're okay because we went through.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Hey, you got money?
So you don't have to
It's insurance.
It's totally up to you, but some people said yes, so I have them on
I'll
the.
just put it on the
Anybody else have any questions? Anything online from our online people? Nothing?
No, but, oh, wait. Answer most of ours. This is the three messages here. You can read those if you want.
Is that applicable here?
We have a lighter piano we'll throw on the bus. Oh, 10%. 10% now.
Okay, so we're gonna dismiss in prayer. We're gonna ask Dr. Rowland if he went to do that for us. Just kidding, I'm kidding.
You can't see you in your neck. You have to back up a little bit here.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
I didn't know that, they've been looking at half of it.
Well, they haven't been looking at anything, it's black.
Listen, that's your coat. You don't miss out.
Laura, would you dismiss us in prayer?
I would love to. Mark, be quiet and pray. Mark, straighten up. Jesus wants to hear from us. Heavenly Father, we thank you so very, very much for this opportunity that you've given us to serve you. And we ask, Lord, that as we prepare for this trip, that all obstacles to it would be smoothed out, that everything would fall into place according to your will. And Lord, I ask that especially our hearts would be strangely warmed as we go about the work preparing for this, that we will get a vision of the glory that is yet to be. And may your kingdom come to a greater fullness.
Amen.
We ask all of this in the beautiful name of Jesus and through the power of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Prayer requests, I do have a couple.
Is she giving crochet lessons on board?
I could.
Yeah, you did a good job. That's all one. One of them is, we still have one Brazilian teenager who's going to try to get their visa on December 26th. So if that goes through and she can get an airline ticket, pray too that we can get her on board because the ship is booked. So I mean, there's a lot to pray.
There's always somebody's.
Yeah. Well, we have,
I'm not going to bus, but.
here's how it works. We have a room for her, but if the ship has reached its capacity, they still cannot book anybody else. You see what I'm saying? So they've got a number of people that, once they reach that limit, it doesn't matter if there's actually room for them or not. They can't legally have anybody else. So I know that they are booked. I know there's no more rooms available, so, yeah. But we're worried about that one girl. She does get her visa and she does get her airline ticket and then she's gonna be here and not be able to go.
So when is
She
their
wouldn't be
flight
able to find
actually? If she gets her visa on the 26th, when are they flying here?
I do not know.
It's not till January.
Not till January, but I'm not sure when the flight's.
Tom, question online, how many backpacks would we like?
Well, you know, the school will take as many as we can possibly get to them. And don't forget, we really need a projector and some iPads too. If anybody can do that, make sure you let me know so we can kind of keep count on that. They were very humble people. They did not ask for a thing. And, but we knew that, like, all those schools have needs, you know. And and they lit up with those backpacks too, didn't they, Darlene? They just,
It's so
really?
fun to give them things like that. It's just so.
So each person brings a few, or?
Well, you've got to be able to get them there. So when we get off the ship, you just take the backpack with you. Nobody thinks anything about it, you know. So, so just one apiece, basically.
They said it's a huge school. What they say, 300 students?
About 200 students.
So it's
And she knows we're not going to be able to get backpacks for
and
everybody.
she said, you know, we have to tell them really need it.
Yes, it'd be about like our students here.
But at least if they're loaded with supply, they'll be able to go there.
Yes, right.
Anybody else have anything at all?
Thank you for your work.
I apologize because I was up half the night last night, so I didn't get much sleep, so I'm not trying to I'm kind of in a fog. So, but I appreciate you coming.
The Brazilian, are they going to supply all the things for the Bible school, or will we need to gather some things for the Bible school?
We may not know, they will have most everything that they need. I will be sending out some emails if there is something, and a lot of times it's things we can work on, like we did the bracelets that one year, and we can work on the bracelets, so, they will be here. Do you know when they're coming, first part of January? Yeah. When they get here, we'll figure it out, and we'll let you know. Thank you. Thanks for so many And okay, thanks, and don't forget, I'll send everybody a link on the medical release form.
We're staying over Super Bowl Sunday, so we're staying over the next day, so we're gonna. That's all I get. Super Bowl. Like for a horrible Sunday. Cheap next morning, let's just go next morning and stay.
Is it that day? The girl? That's Super Bowl?
Hey, Super Bowl Sunday.
Give that to my daughter.
So we get off the boat, Super Bowl Sunday, so.
Okay.
We're staying over 5 this morning.
Yeah,
So we watched it.
Yeah, okay.
Man, if they can make the playoffs, it'll be dangerous. Boy, shut them out. Shut them out. 2003 or something.
How about you, Sharon?
Crazy.
Whatever, okay, sure, I can do that, but I'm not.
Hello, everybody. This is, I'm so good to see you. Well, I don't see you. Anyway.
How will it be?
I was looking to see if you got one. I got one on that.